I pour it, that Hellcat, I floor it. They was hating on me, hit the dealership and crushed them. Bankroll too big, got me hell.
What is up, guys? It's Upcom Sports here with a new look Charlotte Hornets realistic rebuild. This is part 1. Shout out to Slay for commenting this on the previous rebuild, but drop a like, upload schedule, link in the description. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. And if you're new or you haven't already, make sure you check out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Madden 20 franchise series. It's a really cool series if you're into football, sports, or just anything in general. New episode out tomorrow, so that won't be on the upload schedule. So make sure the next 2 weeks, Wednesday and Saturday, Tampa Bay Bucs franchise. But here are the settings that I use for my new look rebuilds and probably into 2K20. But I'll have to check what are the settings there. Injuries will be on, and a couple of other things, a little bit reduced sliders just to make it more realistic. So this is gonna be the roster, and it's definitely by far the worst put together roster in the NBA, no doubt. I don't think you can debate that. If you can find someone that is worse, leave it in the comments. But Rozier just got a massive contract. We don't know how he's gonna play as a starter. Miles Bridges, good young piece. Malik Monk still hasn't really developed, so we'll see what kind of wild cards they are. PJ Washington, I do like, out of Kentucky. Also, if you're new, for these new look rebuilds, I do put on storylines for the NBA draft. If you don't know what this does, basically it randomizes some of the player overalls and potentials, because I already know pretty much what their potentials and overalls will be, so it kind of mixes it up, makes it more interesting, more realistic. And I also like to use player mentorship for these rebuilds. And if you don't know what this is, younger players are mentored by veterans to learn their badges. So a guy like Malik Monk, I mean, there's not too many veterans on this team, but I guess Batum or we'll go with Rozier can mentor him. And then PJ Washington by Marvin Williams sounds good. And as always, for year 1, I won't be making any moves, trades, or signings. Just want to see how this team plays out. We should be the worst team in the NBA, but the sim is not always the best. So definitely a top 5 pick, though, I expect, as we'll send Jalen McDaniels to the G League, and same coach, same system. So the MVP is going to be Stephen Curry, Zion Rookie of the Year on the Pelicans, DeMarcus Sixth Man, and Doc Rivers Coach of the Year. All NBA teams. There's no way anyone from the Hornets made any of these teams. Maybe a rookie team, PJ Washington, all rookie second team. Yeah, I don't expect any Hornets on any all NBA team for this entire video probably. And we were really bad. The Pacers were somehow worse though. I mean, I did have an injury on Oladipo, but yeah, they should not have been worse than this team. Miles Bridges, pretty nice season. Rozier, horrible percentages. So I don't know what we're gonna do with him. Malik Monk played pretty well. And yeah, just nothing too interesting, not very efficient basketball being played, as we were probably bottom 3, in both categories. So in the finals, definitely not the Charlotte Hornets, that's for sure. The Sixers and the Rockets, and the Sixers are going to sweep the Rockets and beat Finals MVP. And in the draft lottery, we are projected pick number 2, but these new lottery odds are kind of whack, and yeah, we dropped a 4. We'll probably still get a really good player there, though. So I'm going to be trading Cody Zeller. Because, yeah, we don't really need Cody Zeller. He's on a 1-year deal. Didn't really pan out ever. He's just an okay NBA player. We're going to get a 2-year contract, $4 million. Dorian Finney-Smith. He won't really play for us, so it doesn't really matter. A 2nd-round pick as well. We just got to get rid of Cody Zeller. Okay, yeah, we'll take that, I guess. With the 4th overall pick in the draft, a lot of players here that I could take, but I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards. Very high potential, it looks like, from what we scouted out of Florida State. Really elite scorer, so he might be a star for us. And looking at our overall draft, we had 2 2nd-round picks, one from the Mavericks. I really like our draft, 2 very solid 2nd-rounders. And another small trade here, Dorian Finney-Smith, we're not even going to play him. We need to cut him for a roster spot, so we're going to trade him instead, get a 2nd-round pick from the Thunder, who do need some wing help, and they agree to that, so. The rotation for season 2 is going to be like this: Rozier, Anthony Edwards in the backcourt. I like Malik Monk more as a 6-man. I see kind of a little bit of Lou Will in him, so we'll try him out at the 6-man spot. We'll send Armando Bacot to the G League. Same coach, same system. And the MVP is going to be Steph Curry for the Warriors. Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year. So we definitely selected the best rookie, at least for this season. And he put up really good numbers, 17 a game. I like to see that. We'll see how Malik Monk played off the bench. Definitely no Hornets on an All-NBA team. Maybe a defensive team later, but we don't know yet. As we did not make the playoffs, of course. What? How does that record get us the 9th seed? Yeah, this game is smoking something, but that is a horrible record for the 9th seed. We'll probably still have a top 10 pick because the West is definitely better, but that kind of hurts a little bit. We were really bad for no reason. Miles Bridges played okay. Similar stats. Malik Monk, though, did get the percentages up, which I really like off the bench. Rozier, don't know if we're going to keep him for this entire video. I might, just because I like him, but he's not being very efficient. We were a little bit better on offense, not too good on defense. So the finals is going to be the Clippers and the Sixers. Definitely not the Hornets, as the Clippers win. Kawhi gets another championship. As I predicted, we are slotted at pick number 10 in the lottery. But knowing our luck, we're still probably going to... Yep, of course we drop. I knew this would happen. We drop one spot. Not the worst. So with our 11th overall pick, we're going to select a center here. We don't really have a franchise center. Evan Mobley, a 7-foot center, 2-way prospect out of USC. Going to be a little bit of a project, but I do like him at 11. And in free agency, we gotta splurge some money to get some talent on this team. We don't have a whole lot of talent. Kyle Kuzma is a restricted free agent. We're gonna throw him a max 4-year deal. See if the Lakers like him enough. He does want to get paid. He's mentioned that several times, so it kind of makes sense here. And we'll see if they match it. And we're gonna be making a trade here. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist never really panned out, and we don't really need him on this team. Don't really want to waste him off the bench. He's still a really good defender, and the Bucks need some forward help. As you guys can see, we're gonna get a 1st-round pick from them. Shouldn't be too high. And also George Hill, who's an expiring contract. Nice veteran point guard to maybe help out Rozier be more efficient. So I like this trade. And that offseason could not have gone better, as we add a star player in my eyes, Kyle Kuzma, to the roster. 85 overall. That means PJ Washington will go to the bench with Malik Monk, but I do like those two running the second unit. And we also added a 1st-round pick and a veteran point guard, so really, really good offseason right there. For this season, Jokic got the MVP for the Nuggets, and Greg Brown, Rookie of the Year, Anthony Davis, Defensive Player, and Mike D'Antoni, Coach of the Year for the Rockets. All NBA teams, still no Hornets, I would assume. I mean, Kuzma could make it, but I really doubt that. All rookie, 2nd team, Evan Mobley as the starter, so that is nice. As we actually made the playoffs, 4 seed. I wasn't paying too much attention to that, but I'm kind of surprised just adding Kuzma and Evan Mobley. But we'll play the Knicks in the 1st round, who have a decent roster. Added James Wiseman in the draft, and Kuzma upped his scoring a lot. Pretty efficient, not the most efficient scorer, but we will take that. Definitely very talented. Rozier, still not the best point guard in the world, but it'll do, I guess. He's going to be coming up for a contract pretty soon, as we did get better top 8 offense and defense. So it's going to be one of the smallest markets versus one of the biggest markets in round 1, as we lose game 1. We lose both at home. Not a good start. Are we going to get swept, really?
Boy, if you don't...
Well, that's not ideal, is it? We get swept in round 1. RJ Barrett, did he go? Oh my, yeah, he went off. This kid went off. Who was guarding him? Anthony Edwards? Yeah, it makes sense. Kyle Kuzma with 23. He played nice. Can't blame him. And the finals will be the Raptors and the Nuggets. Not us, unfortunately, but we're going to get there eventually. Raptors. Oh, Kyle Lowry. I mean... In the draft lottery, we won't have a lottery pick for the first time in a long time for the Hornets, which is a good step in the right direction. as we will have a first round pick. We'll see what we want to do with it though. Might trade down, might trade it away. And I'm sorry, James Borrego, but you're just not cutting it. We can't get swept in round 1, so you're gone. We're going to bring in a different coach here. Who do we like? Chris Finch, maybe Melvin Hunt. Oliver Gordon seems pretty good in every category. Yeah, we're going to offer him a contract, see if he wants to come here. As I mentioned, there's no one really in the draft that I like, and we're just going to trade away this pick to the Clippers. They want to give us a future first and also a future second, so not too bad of a trade right there. And for this season, we brought back pretty much everyone. Rozier, I did give it another contract to, 3-year deal, but a lot less money, 15 mil less, because he did not play well, at least not percentage-wise. Miles Bridges also got extended, and we do have to pay those guys a lot of money because we are a small market team. So Miles Bridges, Malik Monk got paid, and we will send, I guess, Rich Tyler, a second-round pick to the G League. New coach, new system. Of course, the one season that we're on track to be one of the best teams in the NBA, Malik Monk gets hurt, out for this season. He was playing really nice off the bench. I mean, Dwayne Bacon's not a bad replacement, just not Malik Monk as far as scoring, so that kind of hurts us. MVP for the season is going to be James Harden for the Rockets. Rookie of the Year, Armando Bacot, who we actually started over Evan Mobley, and he's not even I guess it's his first year playing, but he was in the G League, I believe, 2 seasons. I didn't think he would get Rookie of the Year. We do get Coach of the Year as well. That's kind of weird. I haven't seen that before, I guess, but I mean, I'll take it. Hopefully he put up some good numbers, and it's not just his overall, but number 1 seed in the East. As I said, we were on track to be one of the best teams in the NBA, so Dwayne Bacon actually didn't hurt us too much. The loss of Malik Monk. We're playing the Hawks in the first round. As looking at the stats, Armando Bacot played nice. He played pretty good, pretty solid for a starting center. We were a top 10 offense and number 2 defense. So I don't really care if we get to the finals at this point for this season. I just want to see us get better every year. So last season we got swept. Hopefully this season we can actually get out of round 1, and that would be a success in my eyes. Not really looking to get to the finals, maybe conference finals, as we do sweep the Hawks here. Trae Young on this team, Kyrie Walker, Anthony Edwards went off. Yeah, he cooked in that series. They could not stop him. Incredible numbers. And in round 2, we've got the Pistons, who only won 49 games, which is pretty close to our record, but we win game 1. Game 2, we lose. I usually lose to the Pistons for some odd reason in round 2. 2-2, and 3-2 we're down. We might lose here. I might hop in for some gameplay, but as I said, this season's already a success. Just want to see us get better every season and maybe reach the finals eventually. And we're going to get bullied in this game as we're going to lose pick and pop with Kuzma. That is dangerous as it goes in. All right, we're going to push this ball up, get it to Rozier. Now to Miles Bridges for I didn't want to pull up, but he drills it. Now Rozier again with the ball. Back to Miles Bridges. They're going to double Miles Bridges for some reason into Kuzma. Nice little passing. And we are going to lose. We're going to get blown out in this game. Not the best, not ideal. I did want to get to the conference finals, but I will take an improvement from last season. So we sweep after getting swept. Clippers and the Pistons. Okay, the Pistons finals. They lose to Kawhi and the Clippers, but that is going to do it for this part. Make sure you drop a like. Can Kuzma and Edwards fix the Hornets franchise? Will Charlotte ever reach the finals? Watch part 2 to find out, but make sure you drop a like. Leave a comment on the road to 500 subscribers.